Hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and it's relentless. The Championship, another week of predictions. This is for week 17, but before we get on to week 17, let's have a look back at how well we got on in week 16. There, on the screen, as you can see, top scorer with a superb total of 16 points and 4 perfect scores was Liam Grayson. I think Liam's won a few times this season. Myself, I came away with a disappointing 7 points and 1 perfect score. So how does that affect the overall table now? Well, I am still in first position on 148 points and 28 perfect scores, followed, moving up the table, but in second place, the Dugout Football Channel on 132 points, and Shane O'Donnell as well on 132 points. And then in fourth position is Liam Grayson. Let's move on though to week 17, another 12 fixtures to predict. Once again, we're up against the clock, if I can just get it up on the screen, and the count of 3, 2, 1, let's go. So first up, we got Bournemouth coming up against Swansea City. Bournemouth surprisingly losing their first match of the season at home as well, 2-1 against Preston. And Swansea climbing up the table now into 11th position. Another victory for the Jacks there against Coventry away, which was very good. However, I fancy Bournemouth to come through in this one in a tight match. I see the Cherries winning 2-1. Then we got Barnsley coming up against Hull City. This is 22nd against 23rd. Barnsley improving slightly over recent weeks, even though they've only won once in their last 6 matches, the same as Hull, but Hull have lost 5 on the bounce. I fancy Barnsley to take the spoils in this one, particularly after they won in midweek against, who was it again? It was against Derby County, who were bottom of the table. So I'm going to go for a Barnsley 2-0 victory there. Then we got a resurgence Birmingham, who've now won 3 matches on the bounce, coming up against a Reading side who were sliding down the table with 4 losses on the bounce. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory to the Blues. Then we've got Blackburn coming up against Sheffield United. Blackburn slipping last time with a loss, absolutely smashed in the face with a wet kipper. They lost 7-0 at home against Fulham. So I'm going to go for a draw in this one. I think Sheffield United out of sorts themselves, only 2 wins in the last 6 matches. I fancy Blackburn to have a reaction after that despicable result at home. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw between Blackburn and Sheffield United. Then we've got Cardiff City against Huddersfield. Cardiff losing narrowly 1-0 against QPR. Last week, of course, there was a draw. So under Steve Morrison's tenureship, I see a loss, a draw. So it's got to be a win this weekend, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 win against Huddersfield, who find themselves in 7th position. It'll be a good result for Cardiff, particularly as Huddersfield have only lost once in last 6 matches. Then we've got Coventry against Bristol City. I fully expect Coventry to bounce back after that defeat at home against Swansea. Bristol City sliding all the way down to 19th position. 2 wins in their last 6 matches, and 4 of those have been defeats. So yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory to Coventry. Then we've got Luton coming up against Stoke. Stoke having a very good away victory against Blackpool, and Luton Town also winning at home against Middlesbrough. Tough one to call this one, but I'm just going to go for the home side just. In this one, I'm going to go for Luton 1, Stoke 0. Then we've got Millwall against Derby. Millwall now up to 9th position. 4 wins in their last 6. A good home win against Reading last time out, and Derby losing in the last match. They haven't won now in the last six fixtures. So I'm going for a narrow 2-1 victory to Millwall. Then we've got Nottingham Forest coming up against Preston North End. I think these 2 teams are going to cancel each other out. Preston now with 2 wins on the bounce, and Nottingham Forest, I think they lost in their last match. No, they didn't. They drew, didn't they? At home against Sheffield United. So I'm going for a 1-1 draw in this one. Then we got Peterborough coming up against informed Fulham. 5 matches on the bounce now, victorious, and Peterborough just 2 wins in the last 6 matches, but they did gain a creditable draw last time out. So I'm going for Fulham all over this one, 4-0. Then we got West Brom against Middlesbrough. West Bromwich Albion now up into third position. A solid 1-0 win against bottom but one Hull City in the last fixture. Should beat Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough slipping now just under halfway with 2 back-to-back defeats against Birmingham and Luton. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to West Brom at the Hawthorns there. And finally we've got Blackpool against QPR. I think Blackpool turning their fortunes around over recent weeks. 4 out of their last 4 wins in their last 6 matches, although they did lose at home against Stoke. I think QPR, okay, they won last time out against Cardiff, but it was a narrow victory, 3 wins in their last 6, up to 5th position. But I fancy a draw in this one, so I'm going for a 1-1 draw. So let's stop the clock on 4 minutes and 30 seconds, still not under that 2-minute barrier. That concludes my predictions for week 17 of this championship season. Hopefully the scarf is going to be lucky for a victorious Cardiff City win. Remember to leave your predictions in the comment section. See if you can catch up with me in the table. But for now, I'm going to bid you farewell. Have a great day. Enjoy the championship on the weekend, and I'll see you all in the next video.